Okay, I just want to talk about your blood pressure. So, your baseline, which is your normal, is about 110 over 70. So, ever since your 28-week visit, it's slowly been creeping up, and today it was 142 over 88. So, I know that can seem concerning, so I just want to talk you through a little bit about what this can mean. So let's do worst case scenario first. So you always pee in a cup when you come here, and one of the things that we check for is protein in your urine. Protein in your urine, if there's a significant amount, could mean that your liver and kidneys are having some trouble, which could lead to preeclampsia, or could mean that preeclampsia is present. It would also be that you had higher blood pressure. So let's say I check your urine and there is high amounts of protein. That would mean that we would do a few things. I would want to run a CBC and a liver panel. The CBC just to get a baseline, and the liver panel to just kind of see, to rule out preeclampsia. Like, let's just see, because if you did have preeclampsia, the labs would tell us. That would be a transfer situation, but don't forget, I'm going to facilitate that with you. I'm not going to leave you. Something else would be if you had your labs, while we're waiting on the labs, we could do a 24-hour urine collection and just see what happens with that protein over that time. So preeclampsia can lead to something called eclampsia, and eclampsia can have really dangerous effects on you and baby, which is why I would want to transfer right away. It can lead to, it impairs your kidney and liver functions, decreases blood flow to the placenta, which means the baby gets less nutrients and oxygen, and it can lead in you to a blood clotting problem, buildup of fluid, pulmonary edema, so fluid buildup in the lungs, and seizures even. So that's definitely a problem. So that's worst case scenario. Another thing would just be high blood pressure. So maybe you're just developing hypertension in pregnancy, which carries its own risk. That also decreases blood flow to the placenta, which means that the baby is getting less oxygen and nutrients. So in order to diagnose hypertension, there has to be 2 readings of 140 over 90 separated by 4 hours, because you're not in labor right now. So what I want you to do is I want you to go home and take your blood pressure today. Let's just say every hour and a half to 2 hours, just take them. You can just text them to me. You can text them to me when it happens, or like every, like you do 3 and then you send me the 3, or whatever you choose. Maybe I'll check in. But I just want you to take them. And then let's just see what happens. It may be that nothing happens. Maybe it stays 142 for 88-ish, and we just maybe run labs the next time. Something else I want you to do is I want you to go home and find ways to relax, and let's help bring the blood pressure down. So left side lying, just laying on your left side, resting, putting your feet up. What do you do to relax? So maybe it's a bath, maybe it's just soaking your feet, maybe it's your partner rubbing your feet, watching a funny movie, meditation, if that's something that you do, light yoga, and then just like laying in the Shavasana pose a little longer, whatever it may be for you. So let's just focus on keeping it down, and let's just try and do that throughout the rest of your pregnancy, because it's continuously creeping. So if your blood pressure does rise while at home, I would like to bring you back in tomorrow, and I will do another check. And if it is conducive to the checks that you've had, and it is staying the same or getting higher, then I would like just to run those labs. Let's just do it, the CBC and then the liver panel. So just to understand what's going on more. I don't want you to panic. I want you to focus on relaxation. This happens. It is common, but we just want to make sure that you and baby remain safe.